We're back. Hey guys, it's Angela here with River Mountain Homestead. So we've made it back to the homestead after a beautiful, relaxing week at Alaska. We really enjoyed our trip. We got to see a lot of things, experience some beautiful glaciers, and just had a great time relaxing and just meeting other people, and we just had a great time. So but we're home, and of course it's time to get caught up on the things that need to be done around here. As you can see, the garden in the background, I'll kind of give y'all a close-up of that. But this week when we got home, we actually, right before we headed out, we were on the boat when we found out, but my dad had a heart attack, and so he's okay. Everything is well. He didn't end up having to have any surgeries or anything, but thank goodness everything is okay. But before we knew that everything was okay, my youngest son decided to go ahead and come in for a couple weeks. So they took leave and came down from Dover, Delaware. So we got to come home to a wonderful surprise of Hayden and Ashton being here, and we got to spend a few days with them. So we've kind of been busy with that. And so while we really haven't put out anything in the last couple of days, except for what we had left over from the Alaska trip. So they headed back out this afternoon, and which of course we're going to be going up there in a couple weeks to see them. And but it was just so good to see them. And they haven't been home for exactly a year, so we were just so glad to see them. My dad's okay, the kids are doing great, and we just had a wonderful last couple weeks. So but guys, I just thought I would share this garden with you and kind of some of the things that were going on here while we were gone. And tomorrow morning we pick back up where we left off and get back to work. Alright guys, here is a shot of the garden. Everything seems to be doing well. We luckily got quite a bit of rain while we were gone, so that was very helpful, because my dad was actually one of the people who was going to help us with everything that was going on down here. They were going to come and check on Leo and Bee and such, but with him having the situation, we were just thankful that God provided that rain for us, and we were able to, it was able to take care of itself. But we've got a few blooms, actually several blooms, as you can see, on our tomatoes. We got to get out here and get some cages put up and get them ready for some tomatoes, which I'm so excited about. Our broccoli, which I told you back when we planted it that we just weren't sure how it was going to do, it's actually growing, so we're excited about that. It looks like it has some bugs eating some of it, but we're just surprised that it actually came up. So our corn and green beans seem to be doing well, so I'm pretty excited about that. Looks like we've got a few blooms on our green beans and our corn, and our potatoes over here as well are doing great. They need to be covered back up, and that's what we're going to get working on tomorrow. We're going to get out here early because it has been so hot here. So we're going to get out bright and early in the morning and get started on that. So we'll bring y'all some of that footage. But here's our squash. Looks like we've got some blooms in there, so that's exciting. And over here we have some cucumbers. We have them all along the fence, so those seem to be doing well also. So needless to say, with what little bit of care it has gotten from us over the last couple weeks, it seems to be thriving and doing well, so we're quite pleased with it. So we shall see what the future brings. As you can see, the doggies have made it home. They were so excited to see us, but they really did have a good time staying at Grandma's house, and when they stayed with Grandma, and they just had a great time. So we're thankful for that they were able to help us out with that, and we're just glad that they weren't left, that we didn't have to leave them at the vet and be caged the entire time, because that just makes me sad. So they're home and they're happy. Here is my potato that I put in the pot, and they have gone crazy since we left. I'm going to wait until these plants die off, and then I will dig in and see what I've got. And then over here I have my tomato plants, and this one is actually doing really well. The first one I put in here ended up getting eaten by something, but looks like I have 2 individual plants growing here, so they seem to be doing really, really well. I've got the cage up on those already. I started that way, so I don't have any blooms yet, but it's growing, and I actually grew these from seeds, so I'm pretty proud of this, as well as my marigolds that I have in here. I'm hoping these are going to help deter some bugs. We'll see. I don't know. That's just what they say, or if it'll actually work, but I've got some blooms on those, and again, I grew those from seeds, so that's pretty exciting. I haven't had to get out the lawnmower today because it was wild out here. It looked like a jungle, but we're finally getting some grass to come in, so that's pretty exciting. I know I'll be glad when it's all filled in, but it's just going to take a little bit of time. We have these random corn stalks growing here, and we're not real sure how it got here. The birds have been throwing seeds out of the birds feeders like crazy, so I'm assuming that that's probably, you know, where it came from. I've got another bucket over here that has lots of bird seed in it, and I'm growing all kinds of crazy stuff in there, so I'm hoping to see some sunflowers come up, but we shall see. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed just taking a look at everything that has been going on while we were gone. And tomorrow we're going to get back to work, get started on the garden. We're going to till it up and just kind of do some work out there and see what we can get cleaned up out here and get ready for our trip to go to Virginia. I think he's also going to start the concrete steps, or the stone steps, tomorrow, and we'll just see what all we can get done before we head out again. So I hope you guys enjoyed just catching up with us, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening.